Well, hey there, church. For today's devotional reflection, I really just kind of want to ask a question. You know, when the Bible talks about Jesus, the Gospel of John specifically, in John chapter 1, it talks about how Jesus came and in him was life, and the life was the light of men, and the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness could not overcome it. The darkness had no power over the light because the light was shining in the darkness. And if I know anything about this season for so many people, and quite honestly, even for myself, like there has been a fair bit of darkness that we've had to deal with, whether that darkness is just isolation, whether it's being separated from people, whether it's dealing with sickness in your family, whether it's trying to figure out how to live life economically when everything has been shut down. Darkness has taken many forms, right? But in the midst of all of that, we know that the light of Jesus is still there. So the question that I want to leave you with today, and the thing that I want you to think about and process, I don't have a lot of words to say. I just want to give you something to reflect on. And that reflection is this: in what ways has the light of Jesus been shining in an incredibly dark season for you? In what ways has the light of Jesus been shining in a season that could otherwise have been incredibly dark? I'd like to just share one of the significant ways that it's been shining for me. I've been able to see people in our church step up. I've been able to see our whole church come around this financially and celebrate this together with us. One of the ways that I've been seeing the light of Jesus shining in a season that otherwise could have been incredibly dark is through our e-learning center. This is the space that we typically worship in on Sunday. And then on Monday morning, what happens is a few volunteers come in and push all the chairs off to the side to make room for kids to be able to come in and work on their e-learning, and not just work on their e-learning, but have social interaction with each other, not be isolated from each other, to be able to still continue engaging with each other. And on top of that, every single day that they come together, we get to come together in the middle of the room here, and we sit down and we talk about Jesus. We talk about the Bible. We do activities that set our minds and our hearts towards Jesus. And we get to do this in a time when we were otherwise convinced that we need to be shut down and separated. So it's one of the ways that I've seen the light of Jesus shining in this season, shining for these kids, shining in this church in a time that otherwise could have been very dark. And I could keep listing for you, but I want you to take this opportunity to just think and reflect. How has the light of Jesus been shining for you in this season? And maybe you even want to share that. Maybe you want to email me. Maybe you want to leave a comment or something like that. And that's absolutely okay. Share with somebody the ways that you've been seeing the light of Jesus shine in the midst of the darkness. Thanks, church.